Previously on T-Man 978.
There you are with that. Looks really nice. This paint is great. Out of the out of the three that I have here, of course, it's Optimus. I mean, I do have a spot for Soundwave. Mentally, Soundwave.
T-Man 978. Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Thanks to Hasbro Pulse outlet sale or discount clearance, I have the Golden Archives Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves Displacer Beast. This is a creature in the Dungeons & Dragons lore, but I guess it was in that movie Honor Among Thieves, which I still have not watched, even though I heard it was good. Golden Archives is their more adult-friendly action figure or adult-friendly collectibles line. And as you can see, we have this Displacer Beast right there and how long it is, nose to tail. And these tendrils or whatever, they're even longer, I believe. But yeah, here he is, or here it is. You can decide on what you want, because it's currently right now, when I ordered it, it was about 17 something, down from like $36 or $40, which I was thinking was probably too much, but now in hand, that price was probably more worth it, and you'll see when I start comparing it to things, because this thing is huge. Let's look at its lovely, lovely face. I'm gonna have to move these things in my background because these tendrils, like I said, are long. Here it is. It has scars that are purple. The mouth, when you open it, looks like that. He's always angry. This is the extent of closed because of those fangs. The mouth doesn't close the way they designed it, or because the fangs are too long. It can't close more than that, so it's always has an angry snarl. It has the paint right here. So it's painted all over. It's basically black plastic, and anywhere where you see this almost metallic purple sheen to it, it's paint. And it has scars painted on. That is not molded. It does have a molded in texture, but the scars are all painted on. In box, this tail is not connected. You have to pop that in, and these tendrils aren't connected. Up close, let me let you see. There is an L right there for left, and under here, where is it? There's an R right there for right. Let's let you see his paw pads. Those are the rear legs. Let me put them like this. It is still pinned. I think most of their animals like this still have pinned legs. Maybe they'll get away from that eventually, but here are the front ones. Now, the front ones have like the little claw right there on the side. The rear ones don't. It just looks like that. But yeah, and here is the tendril up close with the spikes on it. They can attack you with this, ensnare you. I guess they can probably siphon life out of you. Oh yeah, I did like a little crash course on this. If I can remember the channel or find the channel, I'll put the name on the screen right now that I got this info from. But basically, a Displacer Beast is a jungle cat. As you can see, it looks like a panther or a leopard. They have a resistance to poison and some magic attacks. They can see 60 feet in the dark, like 60 feet in front of them. They almost have human intelligence, and some of them can even develop a language with like a guttural, like as much as a cat could talk. Of course, they have these long tendrils and whatnot. When they're born, they have little nubs, and they grow in like, I think it said like 4 to 6 months, they grow the tentacles or tendrils. As you can see, it has this sharp tail right there. But of course they're strong. You see it's a hexapod. because it has 6 legs and they're good at climbing trees. But for somehow they're able to be tamed and used as pets, or I guess guard animals. These things look crazy dangerous and they're huge, so I don't even see how it can be tamed. But let's let you see this articulation. You saw the mouth. The neck can move side to side like that. It can go up and go down. This part of the neck that's the as far as extent of it being able to go down, but it can go up, and that can even rotate. The forelimbs can go out that far. I believe it's just on a ball joint. All of their animals, I think, are probably being designed by the same team or whatever. Like even their G.I. Joe and this right here and Marvel Legends, it seems like they all are starting to have animals and they have the same design, like across the board. This can rotate. This can go back and forward and rotate or pivot. Same thing for this. Like, I think these secondary forearms, they go out about the same extent. That's the one thing I wish they could do better. I don't know if that's realistic to animals. I wish they could come out further, but that's the farthest extent forward. This can come forward. I mean, I guess I could probably go around, but the way it's sculpted, it bumps. So we got that. Same articulation as the front. And the rear leg, we got this midsection that does a lot, side to side, forward and back. It does a lot back. Forward, we got that much. Back, that much. Bend forward, that much. This is the furthest extent back. You got this, that's straight. And this can go forward, back, and rotate. And the tail is on a hinge and it swivels around. So if you want it like this or you want it like that, you can do that. Want it off to the side. There we go. But yeah, if anything, I wish the neck could come down further. I wish the head could maybe come down further. So like when you're doing like an up pose like this, it can still look forward. And I wish the mouth could shut a little bit more. But oh yeah, these are on a ratchet. Once you stick it in, they can come back that much and they can come forward that much. Or you can just rotate it around. And it has bendy wire in there. The bendy wire is only but so good. It's like it bends, but then it desperately tries to go back to its position. Because it's bendy wire and I don't want to break it, I don't typically force it, but you can squeeze it harder up to your discretion to get it to stay into more of a pose that you would want, depending on the picture you do. But yeah. In its neutral position, the tendrils are back like that, which I kind of like. It reminds me of this thing on Final Fantasy VII. Their dogs look like this, but most of their creatures are probably based on Dungeons and Dragons, if not straight up rip-offs, because Dungeons and Dragons is so old. Here is their first Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not sure if it was called the Golden Archive then, but this is like their first foray into this 1/12 scale right there, with Dritz, and I believe it's pronounced Gwenwavir. It's a lot of weird words. Look it up. Hasbro 2 back. But as you can see, he is at least a third bigger. If not, yeah, he is way bigger. Let's turn it this way. I thought they were going to be like the same size, so I was wondering why it was so expensive. But I haven't reviewed these. I filmed the box like 2 years ago, and I never reviewed them. And this is a good set. This is a good figure. It reminds me of when they came out with the 00 Snake Eyes. Here's one of those Jurassic World $30 dinosaurs right here, raptors. Actually, they have more than raptors, but he's not as long. This thing would more than likely overpower a raptor. Just the, oh yeah, I didn't even get into his ability, why they call him the Displacer beast. It has an ability to create illusions, like it can make secondary Displacer beasts in your line of sight, so you can't tell which one is which, and it can just attack you easily. So I can't even imagine being in that situation and how you can overcome that. Like certain, oh yeah, and their claws are strong enough to pierce through armor unless it's treated by magic. But between this thing casting illusions and having those long tendrils that can just reach out and poke into your body, that's nuts. Here's a typical Masterverse style figure. No, I'm not getting Battle Cat out the basement. Battle Cat is way more huge. Here's Junkyard and Fiona. As you can see, it's towering over a regular dog. And a crocodile. Rawr. Way bigger than Fiona. Here's a picture of this thing I took with Crimson Strike Baroness. So yeah, it was probably good at the price it was. You would probably be satisfied if you paid the full price. I can't remember whether it was it was definitely lower than 40 from what I can remember, but in hand I feel like it probably was worth that because it is really big. Those bendy wire tentacles are huge. It has a ton of articulation points. It has paint all over. Like, you might not be able to tell because it looks so dark, but it has like purple hints like all over. And all the claws are painted. The paw pads are painted. Typically they would be lazy in an area like that. And it is an awesome thing. If you can find it right now on Hasbro Pulse for that clearance price, definitely. I don't know if they're going to show up at Ollie's because Hasbro seems to be putting a bunch of stuff in there. Just Hasbro Outlet making the money themselves. I'm not a member of Pulse, but I ordered this and the Crimson Strike team, and they didn't charge me shipping. They charged me shipping for the next thing I ordered, but on that one they didn't. So maybe it was a glitch or something. But anywho, I like it, except the things that I mentioned that I wished were better. Thank you for watching. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action. That one's me. Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.